Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth part of our data entry process. Let's directly move on to the topic. I won't be taking much of your time because we have already covered many topics in our previous video. So if you have not watched the previous videos, I would suggest you to please go and watch them because this entire session is getting interesting as we are moving on, right? So okay, next topic is basically we need to understand the keyboard key. This is also very important part of the data entry process. What we need to understand, we need to understand how these keys perform while doing data entry in the Excel file in a worksheet, right? Let's begin this. So what is the meaning of enter, tab, shift tab? What happens when you press the shift tab together? What happens when you press the arrow keys? What happens when you press the control plus home button? What happens when you press the control plus and so on, rest of the buttons, right? So first of all, we need to understand the enter button. Let me just show you. Just give me a moment. Okay, so let's understand the keyboard keys. Let me just take all these keys in a new worksheet, right? I have got them here. So let me just increase the size and let me just put some arrows so that it becomes easier for you to understand what does the enter key do. So let's select the enter key. What does the enter key do in the keyboard while working in the Excel? So when you press the enter key, what happens actually? Your cursor, the pointer, Excel pointer goes downward. See what is happening actually. I'm pressing the enter key from the keyboard and it is going downward. So let me just show you also from by using the keyboard. So this is going to be a keyboard. When you start pressing the enter, what happens? See, your mouse pointer is going downwards basically. This is the another way to come out uh, from any cell, from basic active cell. Suppose if I just click on this, if I just try to make modification in this particular cell by pressing the F2 or the double click from the mouse button, what happens actually? If you need to, I need to come out, I need to press the enter button. See what happens, what is happening. So basically, enter is to come out of the cell or going down, right? So this is how the Excel function, sorry, Excel keyword key button works in the keyboard, right? So basically takes you to the downside, right? Now, what is so there is a if you want to go up, right? What you need to do? You need to press shift plus enter. What will happen actually? So when you press the shift plus enter, it will take you upwards, right? Now what I'm doing, I'm just pressing the shift button from the keyboard and pressing the enter. See what is happening. It is taking me upwards. The mouse pointer is going upwards basically. When I leave the shift button and press the enter, it goes downward, right? So shift plus enter takes you to the upwards and shift only enter take you to the downwards, right? The next is the tab button. Now what is the tab button? What does the tab button do? So basically it takes you to the right side, right? When you press the tab button only from the keyboard, what happens? See, I'm pressing the tab button. It is taking me to the right side, right? So this is the use of the tab button. But when you press the shift plus tab, it will take you to the left side, right? So I'm just creating these arrows so that it is easier for you to understand. So when I press the shift plus tab button, see, it is taking me to the left side. When I leave the shift button and press the tab, it takes me to the right side. So this is the use of the shift button. So I have already written shift. I'll just remove it from there, right? Arrow key, right? So now if you want to arrow keys, it's very simple. There are four arrow keys. One is goes to the up, one is goes to the down, one is goes to the left and right. Let me just create all of them. So this is up. This is just give me a moment. This is going up. This is going down. Wait a minute. This is going down. One is going to the left side and one is going to the right side. So basically, let me just show you the keyboard button again. So these are the arrow keys. When you press the button, your mouse pointer goes up. And if you press this downwards, it goes downwards basically. When you press the uh, left arrow key, it goes to the left side, and the right key takes to the right side. Right, guys? So this is the use. I'll tell you the difference between the shift, enter, and the arrow key. You must be thinking the use of the all these keys are same. No, not same. I'll tell you the difference. It's not like that, guys. I'm telling you everything as anyway. No, it is not like that actually. There are some differences. I'll tell you. So what is next? Next is basically when you press the control plus home button, what happens actually? So as you can see, what you need to, here is a control button, and when you press the home button, what happens? Let's try pressing them. So see, our mouse pointer directly goes to the A1. Why? Because Excel thinks this is its home, the home of the uh, home of the Excel pointer, right? So now when you press the control plus N button, what happens? So it takes you to the end. So what Excel is thinking here, this is the end area. This is the current region basically. This is your work area, which is starting from here and goes up to here. So this is your, when you press the control plus N button, it takes you to the extreme last cell, right? In your work area, not in the entire worksheet, basically in your work area, right? When you press the control plus home button, it directly takes you to the top cell, right? Suppose if I scroll it to the down, I go downwards and go left side, I'm very far away from the first cell. And now I need to just go back to the first cell, which is A1. What should you do? So you need to just press the control plus home button from the keyboard. It takes you directly to the A1, right? So this is the use of the control and home button. So we can just write here to the A1. It takes us to the A1, right? Now control plus end, we have already seen to the last cell of the current region, right? Right, guys? Escape button, also very important, So escape button comes in place wherever you want to make any changes, wherever you want to do some editing or modification in any particular cell. In that case, escape button comes in place and helps you out. So suppose I just want to uh, enter this, edit this particular content of this particular cell, which is G13. So now if I want to, come out of this cell, if I use the arrow key, Excel is not allowing me to come out of this cell. Can you see? I'm just pressing the arrow key. Let me just show it to you. See, the cursor is, moving around within the cell environment, not out of the cell environment. So this is a difference between the arrow keys and enter. But if I press the enter, no, what happens actually? See, it comes out. But you will say now we were discussing the escape button. No, so I'll tell you. Just don't worry. So this is the difference between enter and the arrow keys. Whenever you are editing in any particular cell, arrow keys won't help you to come out of that cell. Only the enter, shift enter, or the tab key will help you out. Right? Now, what is the use of escape key? Suppose if you have just pressed the F2 button, right, and you have, entered in this particular cell environment. If you want to come out, what you can do, you can just press the enter. Suppose I have written something. Suppose I have written yes here, blank space here. But I have just, wrote it by mistake. By mistake, I have just wrote it wrongly. I don't want this yes to be stayed there. So what we can do, if you press the enter, what will happen actually? Excel will store the yes and it will stay there for long. It will save in your file. So if you want to just, you realize later that you don't want yes to be here in this particular cell. So what you can do, you just need to press the escape button from your keyboard. See, what I'll do. The cursor is already there. I have not come out of this particular cell environment. I'm still there. When I press the escape button, see what happens. Excel yes will be gone. Only the black backspace will be there, and the cell, the content of the cell will be as it is, as it was before. See, it's back. So this is the use of escape button. Suppose if you have written anything wrongly and you don't want that content, the additional content to be stored in that particular cell environment, just press the escape button whenever you are still there in that particular cell environment, right? So basically to cancel the action, right guys? Delete. Delete is very simple. If I just write something here XYZ and I press the delete button from the keyboard, it goes, right? It removes. This is the use of delete button. It's very simple. Backspace. Backspace to remove. We already know. Suppose if you directly, suppose I write A, B, C, I want to remove this. What I can do, I can just press the backspace button, see what happens. Entire text is gone. Now what you can overwrite the previous text. You have the previous text is gone. Now you can write another text. Suppose if you want to come back, if you press the escape button, see what happens. Your previous text is back. And there's one more thing. If you want to just remove any specific text, what you can do, just double click. Suppose you want to remove the B, you need to bring your cursor here before the B, sorry, after the B and before the C, and press the backspace button from the keyboard, which is here in the keyboard on the top of this del button. So you should please see delete is on. So now if you think that you have by mistake deleted the B, if you press the escape button because we are still in this environment, your B will be back. So backspace is simple to remove the text, remove the content of the text cell, right? Space bar also very important. Everyone knows the use of space bar. No, everyone knows it. So space bar is very simple. If you press the space bar, what happens actually? So your text is removed and Excel writes a space in your cell, in your active cell. See, suppose if I click here, what happens? What is happening? So Excel is edited this text, overrides the text, the previous text with the space, right? So there are more uses of the space. Let me just tell you. Everyone, I think we have already covered in our previous videos. No. So let me just tell you this again. So if you press the control plus space bar, what happens? See, it will select the entire column. To select the entire column, right? And if you press the shift plus space, what happens? It will select the entire row. Select the entire row. This is the use of control space and control shift. Guys, I'm telling you again, these all, keyboard buttons are very important while working in Excel. They will help you a lot. They will save a lot of time of yours and increase your efficiency working in Excel, right? So we'll cover more topics in the later videos. In the later videos, in the next video, basically, we'll be creating our first practical Excel example, a project, right? So see you in the next video.